Hey, good morning, Spartan Nation. Happy Monday. So I wanted to share some tools that I'm using that might help you as well. And I want to talk about this idea of recovery. So as you know, Transform 20 and the Rooster Crew started today. It was awesome. We had so many people show up, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like the feeling of getting up, getting your fitness in. Let's face it, especially with Shanti, and filling your soul with that positive affirmation, and then also really acknowledging that you just did that, and then I personally got on the bike and rode at 8 a.m. So by 9:02 a.m., I've crushed my workout. I've done my gratitude. I've done my tracking. I've drunk some water. There's so many pieces that I've already checked off. And it's like when you can get up and start your day with intention, when you can get up, start your day with movement, when you can get up and start your day with sweat, with a community, it just changes the game for the entire day. So I encourage you that if you are thinking about joining the Rooster Crew and you're like, I've never been a morning person, just get up and do it. I promise you, my alarm went off at 4:30 a.m. this morning. I was in the shower by 4:31, and by the time I get out of the shower, I don't even know what time it is. It doesn't matter. It could be 2:30, it could be 8:30, it could be 12:30. It doesn't really matter because that's just part of the morning routine. Once you're up and going, that's part of the morning routine. But I want to talk to you today. I'm going to share some tools that I'm using in case you are looking for some too. But I want to talk to you today about this idea of recovery. And when I was on the bike just now, the instructor was talking about the idea of recovery. And we're kind of familiar with that in HIIT training, in fitness and health, right? We all have recovery days built into our programs. There's a reason why every program, whether it's Transform 20, whether it's 30-day breakaway, whether it's the work, my husband is doing the work right now, whether it's MBF, MBFA, there's a recovery day built into every program. And there's a reason for that, right? And that reason is not because the program is over. The reason why there's a recovery day built in is to give us a moment to regroup, assess, and gather our energy. So when we go again, we go with every bit of energy and momentum that we can. So we're always moving forward. A recovery day is not, oh, I've quit or I've stopped the program. A recovery day, a recovery moment in a workout, a recovery day in a program is that moment where we stop, we assess, we gather our energy again, and we go. A recovery day does not last for a week or a month. There's no recovery month. There's no recovery year. In a workout, if you're in an actual workout, no, there's no recovery 10 minutes. It's just a moment where we assess, we regroup, we recalibrate, and then we move forward with every bit of energy that we have. And I was thinking about that in terms of this year. And if you think about how you felt in March or April and all the uncertainty that we felt and, just all the unknown that we felt back in March or April and how different we might feel now, mid-November. We're still facing uncertainty. There's still a lot of unknown, but we've already been through so much. And at different points in time in the year, I think we've all needed to take a recovery moment, right? For me, I think it was like August. I needed a moment in August to sort of regroup. It's when I would have been taking the girls back to school. It's when football would have been starting. There was a lot that felt like it was really heavy in August because of not doing some of those habits, those actions, those pieces that signal, okay, now it's August, now it's fall. And so I think August was kind of my recovery moment, not my recovery year and not my recovery 6 months. There were some days in August that I needed a recovery moment. And so when we were talking about that, or when the instructor was talking about that during the workout this morning, I was thinking about that in terms of this year. So that was sort of my recovery moment in August. What sets it apart, though, is that even though it was a recovery moment, even though I was taking a moment to assess and recalibrate and regroup, I'm still showing up. I'm still showing up for my workouts. I'm still showing up for my nutrition. I'm still showing up for my team. I'm still showing up for my customers. It's really where the seeds of Project 100 started. It was a recovery moment, not a recovery 6 months. And it was an opportunity to recalibrate. And when I found myself, in that moment, that recovery moment, and just like we do in a workout, we assess and we recalibrate, okay, what do I need? How do I move forward here? I asked myself that same question. And that is the time when I started reaching out to other veteran coaches. I started reaching out my hand. I didn't wait for someone to ask me. I started reaching out my hand to other veteran coaches and saying, hey, could we work together? Could we do some collaboration? That recovery moment in August, the action that came from that recovery moment then gave me an opportunity to move forward with all my energy into September, October, November, December. I didn't stop showing up in August, still hitting Success Club, still showing up for my customers, for my coaches, for all of you. I'm still putting together events and still showing up. But there was a moment in August where I needed just to kind of take a breath in and recalibrate and go, okay, what do I need? I feel like I need a little bit more collaboration and some new energy in my life. Let me reach out to some other people. And now I'm going to move forward. Recovery's over. I'm moving forward into the rest of the year with all my energy. Same as we would do in a workout. Just like we do in 30-Day Breakaway, or just like we do, I think Insanity Max 30 is a really great example too. It's like you work, you get those 30 seconds, you take a breath, and then you move forward into the next block with 100% effort. So I'm encouraging you to look at your year, because you've already been through some really hard stuff since March. We've already been through it. So there's really, what else is life going to throw at you that you can't handle? Because you've already been handling this since March. And maybe you take a look at it and go, has my recovery moment turned into recovery months with a plural? Has my recovery moment turned into like 6 months? And if it has, then now is a really great time to go, okay, what do I need? Just like you would in a workout. Have my recovery. What do I need? Do I need a heavier weight? Do I need a lighter weight? Do I need to lower my step? Do I need to raise my step when I'm on the bike? Do I need to turn up the resistance? What do I need now to move forward with 100% of effort? Because that's what a recovery does. It gives us that moment to recalibrate and then move forward. But the moving forward piece, that's not optional. You know what I mean? That's why the recovery is built in. It's why every single program has a recovery day, so that we take a moment, we assess, we recalibrate, but then fully expecting ourselves to press play on the day after the recovery day. The recovery day is not the end. The recovery day is a recovery day. And then as we do that and we look, okay, now I'm pressing play the next day. Can I run faster? Can I pick up a heavier weight? Do I need more stretching? What do I need? And it's a tool in the journey. It's not an endpoint to the journey. So, take a look at this year, because we've already been through probably what is the hardest part of this year. We've already been through it. You survived. It doesn't have to be easy, but you've survived. You're still here. But are you here in recovery, or are you here moving forward? Take a look at where you are in your business, in your relationships, in your life, in your personal growth. Are you sitting in recovery, or are you gathering and moving forward? Because the moving forward, that's part of the recovery. That's why there is a recovery workout in every program. That's why we need a recovery day in every program, so that we can move forward, not so we can sit. We're not pressing play on the recovery workout like, we're not doing 30-day recover. We're doing a day within the midst of the program. And so use today, this midpoint of November, when we've got 6 weeks left of this crazy surreal year, and ask yourself, am I sitting in recovery, or am I actually taking a breath and moving forward? And I'm going to suggest that there are probably some of us, because I feel like I kind of sat maybe in recovery just a little bit longer than I needed to. And yet I gave myself grace for that, because no one's been through a year like this, right? And then I reached out and I started collaborating with these veteran coaches. And that has been such a breath of fresh air for me, because it's just this beautiful opportunity to collaborate with other amazing women, just like the women that are on our team, who have big goals and big dreams and this steadfast work ethic, and understand that a recovery is a moment and we're going to move forward. And what an opportunity for me to pick their brains and to work together, and all of that collaboration. So all the push to elite and the new coach trainings and all the stuff that has come out of that collaboration have all benefited this team, because I took a moment to recover and then I moved forward. The dual power hour that is happening on Wednesday, that came out of that moment of recovery, and then I moved forward. So I'm asking you to kind of ask yourself today, are you sitting in recovery, a genuine recovery where you're ready to move forward now, or are you sitting in a funk? Because that's different. It's kind of like the difference between a routine and a rut. You know, a routine serves us. A rut holds us back. A recovery serves us. A funk holds us back. So where are you in your journey? And I know that this year's been, there really aren't any words to describe the weirdness, the heinousness, the hardness, the challenges of this year. But here's what's also so interesting about this year is there will likely never be anything else that happens in our life that's harder than what we've experienced in 2020. This year will always and forever be in our toolbox that we not just survived it, but thrived during it because of this team, this opportunity, this business, these tools. We thrived during it. And so anything from this point on that happens in your life, you're going to be able to tap back into this year and go, dude, I survived, I thrived, I slayed 2020. There isn't anything else that can happen that I can't handle. Even if it's harder, you know that you could handle it. And I think that this year, maybe unknowingly, but I feel like I had personally a really challenging year in 2001. It was the year that my husband got his first head coaching job. We moved to a brand new city where I knew no one. I bought a house unseen, just showed up. My husband had already gotten it. I had, my oldest daughter was starting kindergarten. My middle one was starting preschool. I had a brand new baby. I had to move to this new town, 8 months pregnant, had to get a new doctor, deliver my baby in an unknown hospital. My father was diagnosed with terminal cancer, lost my father 2 weeks after Jesse was born. Our dog died. Like, it was a hard year, hard. And when I start to, say all these things, it's like, wow, like I made it through that year. So I feel like there are parts of me that during 2020 sort of reached back and tapped back into the strength that I developed in 2001 to navigate through 2020. Well, here's what's cool is we've all developed that kind of strength in this year. We've all developed it. Now we need to tap into it, get out of recovery, and move forward. Because recovery is not a funk. It's not a sit still. It's not a let me just hang out and take a nap. A recovery has a purpose. And if you feel like you've been sitting in recovery for a long time, tap back into what you've already survived in 2020, which is monumental. Tap back into that strength with what you've already been through and thrived in 2020, which is monumental. And get out of the recovery. Use it as a place to recover, to recalibrate, to assess, and move forward. We have to move forward from the recovery. That's the point of it. So that idea really struck me today in my workout. I wanted to share that with you. And then as I was thinking about that, I wanted to share some tools that I'm using every single day that might help you if you are feeling like you're sitting in a recovery too and don't know how to get out. Let me share with you, because here's the deal. We've got to stop attaching emotion to all the pieces and really attach our emotion to the stuff that matters. we've got to stop saying, well, I don't know if I feel like working out, or I don't know if I feel like tracking, I don't know if I feel like sending invites. We need to stop attaching emotion to that and start attaching emotion to the stuff that really matters, like the message from a challenger that they've lost weight, or a message from a coach that says they got their biggest paycheck. Shout out to Kim Kopp, who got her biggest paycheck as a brand new coach last week. Like, that's the stuff to get emotional about. We don't need to get emotional about if we're going to drink our Energizer, go work out, or track, or send our invites. No, that's just our job. That's just our job. So let me tell you some of the tools. Let me show you some of the tools that I'm using every single day. And I'm also going to just encourage you one more time, show up for the Rooster Crew. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Okay, so you all know that I'm using this B100 tracker. This is what we're using in Project 100. And I got to tell you, there is something incredibly powerful about opening up this tracker and going, well, holy cow, because this will be tomorrow. Day 58 will be tomorrow. This is day 57, day 50, and I've already tracked. Day 58 will be tomorrow. There's something so incredibly powerful about opening that up and going, I have moved my body and tracked for tomorrow 58 days in a row. Today, 57 days in a row. And this tracker is just a beautiful reminder of what we've done. Like, in a time when it'd be really easy to not do anything, in a time when I know in previous years, for me personally, I just felt like it was such a struggle to survive this time of year, to know that I'm thriving, to open that up and go, I'm on freaking day 58 tomorrow of moving my body, of tracking my body, of staying connected to my community, of writing a positive intention every single day, of committing to my workout every single day. So that's tomorrow. That's Wednesday. So on Thursday, it will be day 60 days in a row of moving my body and try. Like, that's amazing. Like, I'm going to pat myself on the back. That's amazing. And you can do that too. That's why I think this tracker is it's just so brilliant. It's just so brilliant. Also, did you know that I'm creating my own morning routine planner? And it'll be called Project 100, and it'll be 100 days. That's a little sneak peek, little side note. It's not done yet, but it's coming. It's coming, and I hope it comes by the end of this year. Then I'm also using this, and I think I've showed this to you before, but again, if you're looking for a gratitude journal, I know lots of people use the Rachel Hollis one. I'm just not feeling that right now, and I went back to this. I've used this one before. I love this and their productivity journal that they make. I love that too, and I know that I've showed that to you before, but I love how simple this is. To me, simple for the win. Simple for the win. Stop overcomplicating everything. So it's something I'm grateful for, something that would make this day amazing. It's a positive affirmation, and then a little bit at the end too. So just like your morning routine starts in the evening, it's really lovely to wrap up each day with gratitude as well. So you're starting and finishing each day with gratitude. So if you're looking for a gratitude journal, I highly recommend this. Some books that I'm reading, I know that I've showed these to you before, but I'm going to show them to you again. I've got Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Oh, is that upside down? Sorry. How's that? No, that's still upside down. Can you read that? I don't even know. How about that? Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I love reading it as much as I love listening to it because I love these got pictures in there. This, also, I don't know why. I always take these off. This is called The Practice by Seth Godin. I'm listening to this, and then I also have it on hard copy. You guys, it's so good. And I'm going to read this. It's a quick story time with JV. I'm going to read this to you that's on the inside of this book, and this is why I think you should get it. Skill is not the same as talent. A good process can lead to good outcomes, but doesn't guarantee them. Perfectionism has nothing to do with being perfect. Attitudes are skills. Professionals produce with intent. God, I love that one. Creativity is an act of leadership. We become creative when we ship the work. And for Seth Godin, when he says ship the work, that means do the thing. We become creative when we do the thing. Passion is a choice. Creative is a choice. Avoid certainty. Pick yourself. Results are a byproduct. Seek joy. Embrace generosity. Ship the work. Learn from what you ship. Dance with fear. Be paranoid about mediocrity. Learn new skills. Create change. See the world as it is. Get better clients. Be the boss of the process. Trust yourself. Repeat. Cannot recommend this high enough. The Practice, Seth Godin. I just got this. I have not started it yet, but I'm excited to. It's called Money, a Love Story. Untangle your financial woes, create the life you really want. I love reading stuff about money blocks because I have them, and likely you do too if you're a female. So I love reading these kinds of books. The author is Kate Northrup. So if you're interested in something about that, of course, Think Like a Monk. I finished this on audio, but I love having the hard copy. And then this one just came. I'm really excited about this one because you all probably know I'm a huge fan of Abby Wambach and her book Wolfpack. And this is by Megan Rapinoe, also U.S. women's soccer star. And I was reading this to my daughter last night, this little on the book jacket, and it says, deeply personal and inspiring, One Life reveals that real concrete change lies within all of us, and asks, if we all have the same resource, this one precious life made up of the decisions we make every day, what are you going to do with it? Let me read that again. If we all have the same resource, this one precious life made up the decisions we made every day, what are you going to do with it? So I'm super excited to dig into this. Megan Rapinoe, it's called One Life. And I ordered this from Barnes & Noble, and here's what's awesome about it. It's autographed. I love that. So that's some of what the tools I'm using, reading, doing every single day. I've changed up my morning routine just a smidge because now I've got the Rooster Crew. So I'm coming downstairs, I'm pressing play, I'm doing Transform 20 right away. And then when I'm finished with Transform 20, I'm trying to get my tracking and my gratitude and goals done, get something up on Instagram stories to invite people to join us, to join our team, to join our group, to join the Rooster Crew. I'm using that as an inviting tool, because that's what we do. You know, what happens in my basement can't stay in the basement. It's got to go out into the world and use it as an inviting tool. So between 7 and I usually take a Soul Cycle class at 8. So between 7 and 8, I'm getting my tracking, my gratitude done. I wanted to get my meditation done. I didn't get that done today, but we'll figure that out. Doing some Instagram stories, maybe getting a post up. Today, I also did some laundry, I fed the dogs. And so now I'm going to do my meditation, but I've already got the bulk of that kind of hard stuff done. And by 9:24, the bulk of that stuff is done for the day. So I'm just here to encourage you on this Monday morning. Give yourself a little gut check. Are you in recovery, and are you using that recovery to move forward, or are you in a funk? Because there's a difference. Do you have routines that serve you, or are you in a rut that's holding you back? There's a difference. If you're in a recovery moment, and we all will take them at different times during this year, that's awesome. It's awesome to take a recovery moment. It's just not awesome to stay there. There's not one single program on Beachbody On Demand, not one. In fact, I'll wait if you can find one that has a recovery week or a recovery month. Is there a program on Beachbody On Demand that has a recovery month, a recovery 2 months, a recovery 3 months? Is there? Go ahead, look, I'll wait. No, there's not. There's not, because human beings are designed to be in motion. We're designed to be moving forward. We're designed to be creating change and being creative and making progress and moving towards the highest, best self of us that we can be. We're not designed to sit in recovery or sit in a funk. When I felt like I was in there in August, that's when I reached out to other veteran coaches, not on this team, other veteran coaches, to fuel my bucket, to keep my fire lit, to trade information and inspiration and motivation. I can't tell you how many times in our message thread we have gone in at different times. And I'm talking about the number one coach in the network, triple superstar diamond, these veteran leader coaches. And we come into this message pod and we're like, dude, we need something today. We need some motivation today. And it is this beautiful safe space for us to keep our souls refueled and refilled so that we can share with you. I did that during my recovery moment. That's what I found. That's what I sought out. That's what I created and crafted during my recovery moment. What are you using your recovery moment for? Assess. Is it a recovery or is it a funk? Is it a routine or is it a rut? And what are we going to do with these precious 6 weeks left in this weird, odd, surreal year? What are we going to do with it? Because you know someone's waiting on you to invite them today. Someone's waiting on you to reach out your hand today. And maybe you are the person who needs to reach out your hand today and reach out to a teammate. Reach out and form a success pod. Reach out and form a success partnership. Reach out and go, will you work out with me at this, 6 a.m. doesn't work for me because I'm on Pacific time and that would be 3 a.m. Will you work out with me at 9 a.m. or whatever time? Maybe your recovery means you reach out like I did. You, without waiting for permission or validation or someone else to give you the answer. Maybe it's time that your recovery moment becomes your own your power moment, because you've already been through the hardest piece of this year. There ain't nothing that can come at us now that we can't reach into this toolbox and know that we can't handle. Of course we can. And we will absolutely do it better if we do it together. So that's your Monday morning little thought for today. Just wanted to share that with you. I'm looking forward to the National Wake Up Call today. Jamie Fitzpatrick, I know, is going to kill it. Make sure to take good notes. He's going to talk about launch, and we need to leverage this launch of 9-week Control Freak. It's going to be amazing. All right. So let's make it the sun is shining. It's cold, but the sun is shining here in Carmel, Indiana. I think that's an amazing sign. Get out of recovery, get into moving forward, reach out your hand if you need help. Use your teammates. That's why you're part of a team. Nobody's in this on their own, and know that you're so much stronger than you give yourself credit for, all right? Let's make it a great Monday. See you guys later.